Hi guys, so today I'll be trying out some of the new August releases that Spellbinders put out. What I have are some of the collection, the new Holiday Medley collection designed by Becca Feeken. There are some other items in the collection. I'll have the links for everything there in the description box. These items were sent free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own, and the links that I'll have there are affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. So these are three of the different items, again from the Holiday Medley collection designed by Becca Feeken. And so I'll just real quickly, this one here, the first one I believe is the Merry Filigree card builder is what it's called. And it might look a little odd. You're like, okay, we have this piece here, and then we have this little holly. So let me close up just a little bit. And basically what it is that you can pop this side on, cut this out and put it on both sides, and you have like a slimline kind of card. You can play with it however you like, of course. It has this piece that is all put together, it's all stuck together. It cuts this little section out, and it has all this prettiness here, and it does cut its own edges. Now you can leave that on your paper, or you can pop this piece in here, and then that will cut this other edge too. So now you have just like a kind of squarish piece of beautiful paper there that you can use. That's all die cut and everything. So I'll probably use it in this fashion, but you can leave it attached to your paper so that this edge doesn't get cut. But you also have this circle that nestles in there, so if you were to cut it later or use this or however you want to do it, but we have this circle die that also has this beautiful inlay. So the inlay is an inlay, it's not going to cut an edge. And it says Merry Christmas, and it has a cute little holly there. And then there's a little holly that pretty much echoes that little holly that you might be able to make out right here. So there's two leaves in the holly. And so then we have this one, you can play with that however you like. So that is the Merry Filigree card builder. And then I also have the mosaic bracket card builder, excuse me, and it has these pieces here. So we have Happy Holidays, nice size sentiments there. It has the shadow and the word self, sorry, of course. So we have holiday, happy and holidays there. And then it comes with these other pieces here. So these two, I put them together just so you can kind of see that you can put them together to cut a piece that looks like a bracket like this, or you can use them separately. So just like on the edge die, this one too. There is a glimmer set. Sorry, I was just realizing, I hope I was in frame when I was talking about these things here. Okay, so there's a glimmer set that you can pick up that coordinates back to this, and it has stripes that has the same kind of shape like the bracket on the top, but then the stripes go down like this. And then kind of like a glimmer plate that you can kind of pop in here, and then you can cut it out. So if you want to see those, again, I'll have the links for the whole collection there. And so we have these that we can play with separately. And this is the Silent Night Make-A-Scene, and this is really sweet. So if you have the Make-A-Scene from before, or you can pick it up now, but if you have the Make-A-Scene where you pull the aperture on both sides and it makes like a little scene when it kind of pops up. Also, it's a very thick kind of card it makes, but it folds down flat. Really, really cool. It has like 3 layers of scenery if you would like to use all 3 layers. So these are some portions that go with that. So if you're familiar with it, I have other videos on it. You would just create your little scene, and then there's lots of different like hills and all this cute stuff that you can pop in there. And this is just so adorable. All the little pieces, like the little trees, they have like a little bit of embossing here, so you can kind of fold them and give them some dimension. Super cute. The little houses, I just thought these were so adorable when I was popping them on here to show you guys. Look at this. And then we have the snowflakes, there's some holly, of course the Santa with the sleigh, which I love to use, and I will use that today. And then it has a Merry Christmas sentiment, a nice delicate Merry Christmas there. That's one piece, as you can see, it's stuck together there. Super cute. I was going to mention my samples come like in a little baggie here, and they're kind of like this, but when you get yours delivered, oops, sorry, you can go the other way, they will be on a carrier, and the carrier has some kind of inspiration or some info on how to put the item together. It just depends on if it's something that needs to be explained, or if it's just something where you can kind of just have the inspiration on how to possibly use it. So that's the only difference here. What I'm going to do, I think I'm going to start with this one. I think we're going to make 2 cards today, because I'm just going to be doing die cutting. A lot of die cutting. I love a nice clean die cut card, so that's what we're going to be doing today. And so I'll be using this set first. Possibly the holly, I'm not sure, but I'm going to put this to the side for now. I'm going to grab some papers, and we'll get to cutting. Okay, so I just went through my stash and grabbed a bunch of different papers. We'll see if we use them all. I have some glittery paper here, the kind of a not really a matte, well, I guess like a matte metallic 'cause it's not super shiny. Silver paper, I have some pearlescent paper, I have some glitter paper, and this shiny black paper. We'll see how I want to use the Santa Claus and the sleigh, there you go. And I think I'm going to cut it out of this black paper so it looks like when it goes past the moon or something, you know what I'm saying, it's a little bit dark, I don't know. I think that'll be fun. So we'll put that to the side for the moment though. And I think what I want to do is, I'm going to cut these pieces out of this silver paper. And once I know the sizing of the card, of the slimline kind of card that we create, I'm putting the die facing down so it cuts into my paper. I'll then cut this glitter paper, and I'm sorry about the glare because there's so many shiny things here. We're gonna put this together. I'm gonna run this together at the same time, so I'm gonna put plenty of tape, make sure that's really set up there and held down. I'm gonna grab that. You don't want these to move. That little section is gonna be cut out, so I'm really gonna tape towards that way. So. And then this one over here, just so that they don't move. I'll trim this down. I'll probably just trim it across this way, that way I can get the second one, because I'm going to cut this out twice. One for either side of my card, right? So we have that. I'll run that through, and then I'll put this to the side for right now. And then I think for this topper with the Merry Christmas, I want to cut this silver paper out of just the circle, or the circle just out of the glitter paper. And then on this one, the pearlescent card, this is just a white pearlescent card. I will then run this through together. Of course, tape down so it doesn't move. It doesn't matter where the circle is because it's a circle, so it'll just cut out and then we'll orient it how we need it to be when we go to use it. So I'll tape these down and run that through too, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just rolled these through. I just want to show you. It's super delicate and so pretty. So I'm just going to make sure everything gets popped out very nicely and smoothly. But like on this one, since this one's still here, I do want to show you that when I went to, let's remove this, that die comes out nice and clean. Again, I use that edge die to make it curved and go ahead and cut that out. It did stay a little bit there, and you can take a scissor and nip it, but I just kind of give a little pull if you're, but again, you can just take a scissor and just give it a little nip. And there it is. Okay, so I'm going to take out all these little bits and we'll start putting this card together. Okay, so the next step, like I said, I wanted to see about how big this is. And you know what, I did want to measure the dies for you guys, just in case. I have them over here on the side. The biggest circle is about 4-inch circle. And then, this piece here is just shy of 4 inches. By about 4 inches, so about 4-inch square, this piece. And then this guy here is almost 6 inches wide, this one, and then about 3 1/4 inches deep, and then the other pieces are smaller, so you can kind of see these are about 4 3/4 inches wide, the largest one. So hopefully that info helps. Sorry, I meant to do that early on. Okay, so I have these pieces, and let's say we have them on our card, and maybe that's tucked behind there, or however. I kind of want to just have an idea of how big this is. Okay, cool. So it makes about 8 1/2. So what I'm going to do, so I'm going to cut my glitter paper to 8 1/2. I'm kind of eyeballing where this, it doesn't have to be the circle actually, I kind of want it to just go under here. 3 1/2. So I'm going to keep it tight at 8 1/2 by 3 1/2, but if you want to give it a little bit extra, make it bigger, slimline, that's up to you, but I like my slimlines 8 1/2 by 3 1/2. So I'm going to cut that blue glitter paper down to that size, and then we'll start gluing this to that and go from there. I'll be right back. Okay, in the meantime, I also cut a slimline card base. This is just white paper, white cardstock. It's 8 1/2 by 7, so when I score it on the 7-inch side, I'll score it at 3 1/2 inches, and that'll give me an 8 1/2 by 3 1/2 size card. And so I'm covering the whole front of this card with the glitter cardstock. Now we can do this a couple different ways. I think what I'm going to do is glue this glitter on here first, and then glue the pieces, or you can keep this to the side, glue your pieces on. I think I'm going to orient it up and down, why not? Glue these on and then glue it onto the card, however you want to do it. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down first, and then we'll add those other pieces. So pretty, very, very sparkly. I'm going for like a night scene, I guess, with the wintry kind of look. So I'm just gonna hold that down. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. Okay, and these guys, basically I'm gonna glue this one down here. I just want to eyeball this. And then this guy up here. And then the center, I'll pop up our Merry Christmas. Oh my gosh, that just looks amazing. So, these are a little bit thinner. What I'm going to do is put glue as much as I can, but I will put the glue on the back of my hand. So I'm popping it on here, but most of it's going to come from the back of my hand. And I try to kind of flatten it out when I do that too. And what's nice about this kind of paper is that later I can just wipe it off because it's very slippery. So I'm going to start down at the bottom and kind of see where I'm putting this, and nice and straight. Starting from the bottom here, and then I'll work up towards that middle, and I'm just going to hold it down because this is glitter paper, so it's going to take a little second to stay. And I'll do the same thing for that top part. Okay, I'll just hold that down, and I'm just going to turn it over so it has more ability to stay there. I'm just going to put a weight on the back. And same thing with this guy. I'm just going to glue this together. And it has really nice surface area there. And then everything else, again, I'm just going to put more glue on the back of my hand. And pat the rest of those things into the glue. And just pop it on here. Since it's a circle, just pop it on and we'll orient it how we need to when we go to the card. And in the meantime, when I come back, I am going to go ahead and cut our little sleigh out of this black kind of shiny paper, and I'll be back. Okay, let's bring this back over. So pretty, oh my gosh. And then we have this. There's a lot of sparkle going on here. There you go. I know at the angle it's hard to see the sentiment, but it's in real life it's easier to see. And then I have this little guy. So cute. And just pop out these little... I love a sleigh scene. This is adorable. I'm going to put them on there. And so what I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and pop this up. I want to see though how I want to put this. You know what? I'll use 3D glue gel on this one. So on this one I'm just going to put some foam adhesive on the back, and I'll be right back. Taking the little carriers off the back of this. And just lining that up where I think I want to put that. I'm not going to push it down until I'm happy with where I have it. That's pretty good. And then this little guy, I'm just going to put some 3D glue gel. I'm just going to put it right on there, but, well, actually what I'm going to do is take a little bit onto here and apply it that way. That. I need to wipe away this little clump of it. There we go. Just a little bit on his little body. So I'm just going to go and do that with each little body, and I'll be right back. Okay. And you know what? Let me pick that up that way. Oh my gosh, so cute. I just like the way this looks. It's very elegant, and then we have our little fun little guys flying through the air there. And there's a super elegant card with a little whimsy there. So pretty. Alright guys, I'm going to try out the mosaic builder, and I'll be right back. Okay, as we went a little wintry, a little kind of night scene on the other one. With this one, I think I'm going to go traditional, so I'm going to put these to the side for right now. What I'm going to do is go through the all aboard Christmas kit. Probably pop on some of the flowers to add a little embellishment, and so I'll go through those in a minute. But for right now, I wanted to see as far as what colors I want to use for the mosaic builder. And so I'm going to go through all these papers and pick out a couple of colors that I would like to kind of play with in here, and I will be right back. Okay. What I'm going to do is take this double-sided gold paper. I'm going to cut out the word Happy Holidays. I don't know if I'm going to use the shadow or not, but I'm going to cut this out, just, you know, roll it through my die cutting machine. Let's put those somewhere so that it doesn't make my camera freak out. I picked this pattern paper from the paper pack, and this beautiful kind of burgundy red paper here. I'm going to make a 4x6 card. Since this is about 6 inches, not quite, it's a little bit smaller than that. I'm going to make like a standard like A4 size, which is about 4x6. It's not really, but we just rounded up to 4x6. But with this die, what I'm going to do is cut them out on this beautiful beige paper that is in the kit also. I'll probably use it this way that I can maximize my paper. So I'll cut that out. I'm going to cut this down to go onto my card base, and so I'll talk about that in just a minute. And then once it's cut out, I also want to see about this. I'm going to scallop it with one of these guys. So let me get these other pieces cut out, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have a piece of pearlescent cardstock, pearlescent beige cardstock from my stash. I'm going to make the card base from this. So again, we want 4x6, so this is an 8x6 piece of paper that I'll score at 4 inches on the 8-inch side. There's that. And I wasn't sure exactly what this looks like. Okay, good. That's what it looked like. It had edges, so I thought it would cut the whole thing out, so that's what it did. So I'm just kind of eyeballing that and seeing where I want this to end up being. So I'm going to measure this as far as the width of it. And I'm just going to see. It is like 5 and 5/8. So what I'm going to do is cut this paper down to 5 5/8 by, let me see, that means I only took off 3/8 from the other side. So 5 5/8 by 3 5/8. Okay, so I'll be right back. 5 5/8 by 3 5/8. Okay, so I bring my card back. I'm just going to kind of mat in there. This guy will be right on top of it. You don't have to do that if you want it to extend further out. You know, I'm just kind of going by what this does. You want to drop shadow this. You're going to move it a little bit, so you are going to want your paper, the base paper, to be a little bit bigger. And so there's that. And then what I want to do with this guy is cut it down to about the same 5 5/8 high. And I want it to kind of curve in here, maybe even go over the top of this a little bit. So let me just see about how much that needs to be. Maybe we're going to cut some off of it too, so we got to think about that. So 5 5/8 tall by, like, let's do 1 3/4 inches. So I'm going to cut this down to 5 5/8 by 1 3/4, and then we're going to cut the scalloped edge, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I have all my pieces here, and again we're going to die cut the edge of that. And I am going to pop this with some green in the back, I think. So this green piece is cut to 3 7/8 by 5 7/8, so it's just inside that 4x6. We'll have this piece on there, and then this piece will layer on here, and then this piece will be here. And again, I'm going to cut the edge of this with one of these guys. Now, like I said before, you can put these two together, and then they cut this cute little piece for you that will be kind of like that. Just that bracket will cut out for you. Or you can use this, you know, to cut an edge, however you want it. It's going to be this way. I'm going to use this one. It's a little round on the bottom there. And I'm just going to line this up, you know, as best I can here. And as straight as I can. So I'm just kind of looking at it, trying to make sure. Actually, what I should do is put this straight on my grid, so I have an idea. That does look pretty good right there. Okay, I'm just going to put some tape to hold this down and run it through my die cutting machine, and then I'll have this beautiful edge on this piece of paper. I'll be right back. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue down our pieces, and then we'll put our sentiment and pop on some flowers or something. So yeah, so I'm just going to glue these down. I am loving this green. Just remember that hunter green or whatever. It's just so pretty. I'll pop that onto that pearlescent card base. And this little scene here, kind of like stars like twinkling, that has that red paper, really pretty. And I think I'm going to orient my card this way actually, so, but for now it doesn't really matter until we put the sentiment on. And this guy, you know, I mean, you can pop it down here, wherever you want to place it. I was just matting it up like exactly where this is. So I'm going to take a minute to put glue all over this back piece here. And again, you can put the glue on the back of the hand and dab, 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 but these are really nice big areas. So I'm just going to go around this whole thing and I'll be right back. Okay. I'm just going to start on this side, kind of, yeah, keep an eye there. I think I'm going to keep everything flat until I put the flower or whatever is I'm going to adorn with this. So let me pop these guys out. I have an idea of what I want to do. So pretty. I love this double-sided foil paper. Oh, well, I guess happy would go before holidays, wouldn't it? Oh wow, that's gonna be so pretty. Okay. Well, maybe I could pop it up. I'll pop it up a little bit too. So let's go ahead and glue down our happy holidays. And I'm just trying to think if I want it to be on here completely or just kind of off a little bit to look more avant-garde. Guess we can glue it down completely. Okay. It's going to be off a little bit there. I kind of want to see if we can make it a little playful. But there we go. Okay. Glue on the back of the hand. Okay. There we go. Until this little H tip didn't get much on there. Okay. Before I really push it down, I'm just going to eyeball that, make sure it's where I want. And then just kind of gingerly work with it from one side to the other. Okay, and I'll do the same with this one, just dab, 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 and then start with the H and then work this way to make sure it's nice and straight and adhered. Okay. So I have that stuck down, then again I'll pop this up a little bit, and then we'll look through some of the die cuts from our kit here and see what I want to put together. I'm thinking of a poinsettia, of course, but these are really cute. Okay, well I'm going to play around with these pieces a little bit and see what it is that I want to put there. Oh my gosh. And I'll be right back. Okay, I think I'm going to do something like this. So, I'm going to go ahead and get some 3D glue gel, whatever dimensional glue you like to use, or adhesive. Just pop that down there. And you have time to play with that, so I'm going to leave it there for now, but I might squish it down a little bit more in a second here. And then these bits, just exactly where that is, I like that. So I'll just put a little glue, hold that guy down, and then these guys I'm going to glue together. And you know, I've been keeping them kind of like this. I stagger them. If you wanted to, you know, give it some dimension, you can definitely take a tool and just give them like a little turny, little, you know, give them a little more dimension if you like. But I'm just using my hands at this point. But, you know, you can turn them up and do all kinds of fun things. But I've been using them pretty flat. Okay, it's going to be in here. Actually, let me go ahead and do that. do like the way that looks. So I'm going to take a little moment to kind of give these a little bit of a curly cue. And then I'm going to use some 3D glue gel to stick that down, and then I'll pop these in where I think they should fit. Oh, so cute. And then these guys, I wanted them kind of going in different directions. So let me think if this guy's back in here. Kind of tucking it into that glue glob that's down there. Yeah, I think that's good. Alright guys, I brought out even the sequins if you want to pop a little more here and there. So two very different cards. Really easy to work with. I mean, they worked up really quickly too. So there it is. I'll have some images for you guys. I'll have the links in the description box. Thank you so much, Spellbinders, for sending these items for review. Again, these items are from the Holiday Medley collection, and keep an eye out for some of the other new releases I'll be working with in the next few days. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Bye now.